Good evening, Big Blue Nation! Or should I say good morning, Big Blue Nation, as it is 12:44 a.m. here in Western Kentucky. It has been an absolutely thrilling day of SEC tournament basketball. This is the second day of, of the SEC tournament, and it has been absolutely thrilling. As you know, Arkansas fell to Ole Miss. Texas A&M fell to Texas. Um, who played Missouri? Mississippi State. Sorry, It's been a long night of basketball, but Mississippi State fell to Missouri, and the Oklahoma Sooners fell to our Kentucky Wildcats. And my goodness, was it an amazing game. So we're going to have to unpack a little bit of it. I am still on cloud nine, a lot of adrenaline. It's starting to come down now, but wow, it was a great game of ups and downs, lead changes. We were up 12 with less than 2 minutes to go. And man, Cats, if you could just close out a game, my blood pressure, and I'm sure a lot of other Big Blue Nation's blood pressure would very much thank you. But that last second shot by Otega Oweh for the second time against Oklahoma. And it wasn't a pretty shot. It was not an easy shot. He was off of his, the wrong side again. And it went in, and I about died. When that last three that Oklahoma hit to give them the lead, or the last two, I think it was a two, I literally fell out on my parents' floor because it was 84-83. And I knew the play was going to be they were going to draw it up for Otega Oweh. He is the guy to go get us a bucket when we need it. And he has proven that time and time again. And y'all, he did it again. He got the ball and he went straight down to the basket and got it in. And oh my gosh. And then just waited for that 0.5 seconds to go. And then we all screamed. My mom and my dad stayed up. Can't believe my dad stayed awake, to be honest. In fact, my dad, at that under 2 minutes when we were up 12, said it was over. And I said, hold up now. We're not going to count our chickens before we hatch. I've always believed it's not really over until that last buzzer goes off. So, an amazing game. Always my player of the game. He really came in clutch when we needed him. And I'm excited because he's a junior. And I hope and pray we get to see one more year of him because, wow. What? And he is so athletic to be able to do what he did. I can't even, I thought it was over. I really was like, well, I think it's over. And I'm like, I'm going to have another day of basketball or another year of another day of basketball where we're disappointed and we're not playing. But guess what? We are moving on and we are going against Bama tomorrow. And I am hyped up. I really, really hope that Lamont Butler is able to play tomorrow, even if it's limited minutes. I mean, even if he can get in there in key moments and try not to get banged up even worse. But I'm hoping we really need him for this Bama game. But guess what? Bama's beat us twice already. It is very hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. So I do believe we have a chance to win. And hey, it's Kentucky. It's the SEC tournament. Anything can happen. So we'll see what the odds are in the morning on that game. I think they'll be pretty close. But I'm still going to be pulling for my Cats because I root with my heart, I guess. I just go with my heart, and my heart is always with the Cats. So I can't believe I'm just shocked. As I said, it's almost 1 a.m. here. I'm gonna have to go to bed soon because my kid gets up at 8:30, and oh my gosh, It was such an amazing game. I just can't. I can't believe we won. I cannot believe we won. I do believe if Cal was the coach, we would have lost that game. But no, we won. We're moving on. Big Blue Nation gets to see another game in Nashville. And could y'all hear that crowd screaming, "Big go, Big Blue"? I mean, it was electric. There was definitely more blue in the building than red for Oklahoma. And Big Blue Nation, they get in, they show out when it comes to Nashville. I want to be there so bad. If I could get there, I'd be there in a heartbeat. If I could get there, I'd be there in a heartbeat. But I don't. It probably will not happen for tomorrow. But if I could, I would. It would dream come true for real. So let's talk about some things that happened in the game. Number one, that non-review call of Colin Chandler. I cannot believe they did not review that. I honestly thought that if it hits anywhere in the face, they review it. And for some reason, they did not review this one. He literally had blood running down his face. If you remember the Euless year where he had that, it was that, only I think it was a little bit worse, honestly. In fact, he had to go back to the locker room and get stitches, but no review call. I don't get it. I do not get it. And I think the reviews weren't terrible this time. We've had more games where there were more, but the call stood every time. It did make this game go longer. I was like, we got to get this thing over so we can move on, because my nerves were, I could feel like I could throw up. My nerves were just all over the place. But that's one thing that happened that I think they definitely should have reviewed. The elbow to the face on Trent Noah, towards the end of the game, did not review that either, and it was clear he got an elbow to the face. What else happened in the game? I'm very proud of Brandon Garrison. He kept his emotions in check. Because I thought we might have a brawl on this one. So yeah, it was a very entertaining game. Kobe Brea, let's talk about Kobe Brea. Because Oweh is my player of the game, but Kobe Brea shot the ball well. He came in and did what he needed to do. Carr did what he needed to do. Amari didn't have a break. He's had better games, but he still contributed. I think he got 7 points, 3 rebounds. The freshman Noah played great defense, and I think he got a bucket or two. Chandler is, I think, going to, I think Matt said this on KSR, he's going to be the sixth man, in his opinion, for the tournament, and I believe it. He can hustle. He can keep up with them. He's very athletic. He can hit shots too when we need to. Overall, we have some issues when things get tight. With the score, we start getting really, really nervous, and that leads to turnovers. That happened. That's why Oklahoma got the 3 and the other 3, I think, that put them ahead. So I think it's, we just need to calm down, breathe, and just really, really think about what's going on here, what play we're doing, and just not get so out of control. I've seen it happen in many, many games where it's very close, and the turnover is what cost us. But other than that, it was an exciting game. It was a very exciting game. Every game this today was exciting. Ole Miss almost buzzer beater with Arkansas was very exciting. Thought Arkansas had it, or at least going to overtime. The Texas A&M overtime game was exciting. I do believe Buzz Williams cost them that game with that timeout. Wade Taylor was taking a 3, and didn't get the shot off before the timeout was called. And he made the three. But if the timeout was not called, they would have had the three and would have won the game. And then there would not have been two overtimes. And then we wouldn't be up at almost 1 a.m. doing a podcast about the game. So, and then Missouri, the Missouri-Mississippi State game was exciting too. It was, Missouri pulled away at the end. So it didn't have a buzzer beater or a nail biter or anything like that, but it was still pretty good. The lead changed several times. I'm telling you, that Missouri coach is intense. Hard, he never smiles. He just is there, and then you can tell what he's thinking. But it's just like, I mean, he's very expressionless, so you really can't tell what he's thinking, but you know what he's thinking. It's one of those things. But yeah, this is my favorite time of year, y'all. And it's been the last 2 days have been some great basketball. Tonight, especially. Tomorrow's a new day. We've got Auburn versus Ole Miss. We've got Tennessee versus Texas. We got Florida versus Missouri. And we have Kentucky versus Alabama. So I'm going to quickly go through my picks for tomorrow on that. I'll probably do a reel on Instagram tomorrow, but I am picking Auburn to beat Ole Miss. It'd be kind of cool though if Ole Miss upset them. They are coming off of two losses though, so I don't think that's going to happen. But it'd be kind of cool. I did well. I had Texas A&M beating Tennessee, so I didn't really have a dog in that fight. I had Missouri beating Florida as an upset, and then to put a little chaos in there because I don't really think Missouri's going to beat Florida. Florida's a very good team. Florida might win this whole tournament. We'll see. We'll see how they play tomorrow. And then I do have my Cats. I do have Kentucky beating Alabama. And that is predicting with my heart and not what's on paper. But I do believe they can beat them. As I said earlier, it's very hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. And I think it's going to be a good matchup. Sears will be hard to guard. Holloway will be hard to guard, but I think Carr can handle Grant Nelson for sure. He did last time. So I'm very excited. I'm going to have to get to bed soon or I'm not going to be able to function tomorrow. But it is a great day of basketball. The Cats won. Just think about that. The Cats won an SEC tournament game. The Cats won an SEC tournament game. And Cal lost today. Great. So let's go and get another win. All right. So until tomorrow, go Cats.